I'll toss a name out there for you that I think you should all be very zoned in on for reasons I cannot say. Okay. But just pay attention to this name. That's TreyVeyon Henderson out of Ohio State. The Buckeye running back is a name that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are very much so into, would very much so enjoy selecting pretty high in the NFL draft, and is probably higher on their big board than you think he is. He is a name that, I mean, you look at him and you say, he is a Steelers running back. He fits the mold. He has fit the mold the entire time. Physical, has some explosiveness, maybe a faster Najee Harris if you're really looking at it. Has the championship mentality, comes from Ohio State, a long line of great running backs. Mike Tomlin's going to spend a lot of time watching this dude over the next couple of months, whether it's here, the pro day, wherever. But I think TreyVeyon Henderson is a name that everybody should be paying attention to, and everybody should be paying attention to a little bit more than they were coming into the NFL Combine. If we're going to talk biggest shocker, but also scoop that maybe I have picked up here in Indianapolis, it's to pay attention to that guy, the running back from Ohio State, and it is not Quinshon Judkins. I gave you a little heads up that this was coming before the podcast, but I'll ask you a reaction now. TreyVeyon Henderson, where were you? And how do you feel if you have to pay a lot more attention to this guy?
I mean, I liked both of the running backs out of Ohio State, but personally, as I was watching them go on to their national championship run, the running back that I liked more was Quinshon Judkins, but it wasn't that much more. I mean, you look at the differences in them. Judkins, I think, is a little bit better in pass pro when it comes to that, but Jaylen Warren has that locked down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. Henderson, what he has, and we saw it in the national championship, we saw it, I believe, in the semifinal as well, and we saw it pretty much all season long. He has that home run ability, and that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers have been missing from the running back position. Yeah, Jaylen Warren has a little bit of a burst, but we haven't seen Jaylen Warren have very many 50-plus yard touchdown runs. I can only think of one off the top of my head. And Najee Harris, has he ever scored a touchdown from further than 40 yards away? I mean, I'd be hard-pressed to think of one off the top of my head. Henderson has that capability, and that is something that has been missing from the Pittsburgh Steelers offense for a very long time from that position. So it makes a lot of sense. He is in the murky middle there with, I think, number 3 through number 6 when it comes to the running back class. I think there's a clear 1 and 2, and that's Ashton Ginty and that's Omarion Hampton. But after that, you can make an argument for any of these guys, and we have over the last couple of weeks. So if the Steelers are in on TreyVeyon Henderson, it makes a lot of sense. We know Mike Tomlin likes to go back to the well, and the well is the Ohio States, the Clemsons, the Alabamas. So it would fit right down his alley. It makes a lot of sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I agree. I'm okay with it. There have been a lot of reports, and especially in recent years, but in recent months that we have spoken about, that we have sat on the show going, what is happening right now? Now it depends on where you draft them. I'm not okay with the first round, and let's not rule out the possibility of the first round, but I'm not okay with that. I don't think that fits what the Steelers are looking for. I don't think take that back. Let's not say it doesn't fit what the Steelers are looking for. I don't think it fits what the Steelers need. Could be what they're looking for, not what I personally believe that they need. I think they should go other position in the first round and hope TreyVeyon Henderson is there in the second if that is their guy. But you never know where they're going. You never know where they're thinking. He's just a name to keep your eye on right now. I think he's got explosiveness. I think he's got starter upside pretty early in his NFL career. I think he fits very well with Jaylen Warren and or Najee Harris. And the best part about him is he doesn't have the crazy traction. He doesn't have the crazy, wear and tear from getting beat up at Ohio State. Like, yeah, they had that wild, long playoff run that nobody's ever gone through before, but he split carries his entire career. And I think that helps a ton when you talk about running backs and the longevity of them, especially if you're going to draft one early. And that's where I stand with this. I'm okay with it. I like the idea. I like the thought process. I like the player a lot. Hopefully I have, more that I can say in future days. But for right now, we'll keep it very simple. Keep an eye on TreyVeyon Henderson, because it is a name to watch for the Pittsburgh Steelers.